Well, hello and thanks for joining us on this Wednesday for THV 11 News at noon. I'm Jurnee Taylor. We've been enjoying clear skies today, Nathan. Is it going to last? I hope you have some good news for us.
Well, good afternoon, Jurnee. We have the tornado siren drills going off. That is a drill. We got clouds out there. No concerns of severe weather out there today, ladies and gentlemen. But this deck and cloud cover has been stubborn in parts of the state. Meanwhile, southwest, temperatures have warmed up into the 80s. It's 83 right now in Arkadelphia, 87 in Texarkana, 79 in Little Rock. So once these clouds clear out, the numbers will shoot up into the 80s. Those clouds are not producing any showers. We did have a few isolated showers early this morning. Temperatures today, upper 80s to lower 90s from the metro down to the south and southwest. A little bit cooler in northeast Arkansas because you'll see more clouds. Going into Thursday and especially into Friday, we do have the potential of seeing some strong, possibly severe thunderstorms. Tomorrow, it's a 1 out of 5 risk for a large part of the state. But then going into Friday to close out the work week, we go to a 2 out of 5 risk. And that risk has now been allowed to be pushed a little farther to the west and southwest, including the Little Rock metro area. I'll walk you through on future radar and let you know what the highest concern of any storms that develop over the next couple days will be.
All right, Nathan, thank you. Well, 2 months after devastating and deadly storms, federal help is finally on the way for Arkansans. It's a major development, opening the door to critical federal aid for communities working to recover and rebuild. We received confirmation late last night. The White House has approved a major disaster declaration for parts of the state hit hard by severe weather on March 14th and 15th, including there in Cave City, where an EF4 tornado struck. The declaration is key to unlocking FEMA aid, including grants for temporary housing, home repairs, and low-interest loans to cover uninsured losses. 3 people died in that outbreak, with damage reported in 17 counties. Right now, though, only 9 counties highlighted on this map qualify for individual assistance. People in these counties can start applying for help at disasterassistance.gov. We'll also have more ways to enroll on THV11.com. The declaration comes after an initial denial and a personal appeal by Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. It now clears the way for recovery aid to reach tornado survivors for March. Notably, that disaster declaration does not cover the storms and flooding from late March and early April. That's why organizations like the American Red Cross are stepping up, and there's a critical deadline looming for anyone needing help. April brought tornadoes, flooding, and severe weather to Arkansas. Anyone who sustained damages or losses to their home could receive financial help. Now, this applies to the counties of Craighead, Crittenden, Fulton, Pulaski, and Saline. Deadlines to apply are quickly approaching by now. You should have received a text, call, or email. The Red Cross says you need to respond to that and accept the invitation. The program closes this Sunday, May 18th. Well, this afternoon, we are learning the teenager shot in Searcy is in the hospital and is now being at risk of being paralyzed. He is paralyzed, rather. 45-year-old Candario Gomero's Ante is being held on $1 million bond, charged in connection with the incident that left 17-year-old Isaiah Toledo shot in the neck on Saturday. Police say it happened as Toledo drove from a graduation party. Police eventually arrested 3 people after figuring out Gomero's Ante did the shooting and gave them a false ID. Police say he admitted to the shooting and also told them why.
He told investigators that he thought it was the cartel. Mr. Gomero's Ante actually had a driver's license. It was a legit driver's license from Arkansas with the name Edgar Gomero's. So he's been living in the United States under a different name because he was deported back in 2017.
Investigators say Gomero's Ante was deported in 2017 and came back through an illegal name. The 2 others arrested are being held on immigration retainers. Now, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders reacting to the shooting and the fact that Gomero's Ante had been deported. She posted on social media the newly passed Defense Against Criminal Illegals Act offers new penalties in cases like this, adding that Isaiah will have justice. Now, the city of Searcy is trying to wrap their arms around the Toledo family. They're raising money to help with hospital bills for Isaiah. For more information, we have the article for this story on our homepage. That is THV11.com. President Trump has arrived in Qatar for the second leg of his Middle East trip. Before leaving Saudi Arabia, he met with the new president of Syria. Natalie Brand has more on the meeting.
President Trump touched down in Qatar, greeted with an elaborate arrival ceremony at the royal court. Before leaving Saudi Arabia, the president met privately with the new president of Syria, Ahmed al-Shara, alongside Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. The White House says they discussed helping prevent the resurgence of ISIS and terrorism. President Trump also urged Syria to sign on to the Abraham Accords to normalize diplomatic ties with Israel.
I told him, I hope you're going to join when it's straightened out. He said yes. But they have a lot of work to do.
It comes a day after President Trump announced he would lift sanctions on Syria to give the country a new opportunity.
I think it's an important step in the right direction.
Brian Katulis of the Middle East Institute says Saudi Arabia pushed for the move to help stabilize the region.
This will help in the broader effort to actually signal to those in the region who want to stand up to Iran that they can actually do so through the political and economic means.
While the president is in Qatar today, there's increasing pushback here at home over the possibility he may accept a luxury jet from the small Gulf state.
Qatar's not, in my opinion, a great ally. I mean, they support Hamas, and so what I'm worried about is the safety of the President of the United States.
Today, President Trump said Qatar agreed to spend $200 billion to buy 160 U.S. planes made from Boeing. Boeing CEO was there for the signing ceremony and called it the largest jet order in the company's history. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Well, President Trump is the first U.S. president to pay an official visit to the country. A 19-year-old girl remains in ICE custody today after a police officer admitted to pulling over the wrong person. Dalton police dismissed charges against Hamina Arias Cristobal. Authorities charge her with making an improper turn and driving without a valid driver's license. The teen was picked up during a traffic stop on May 5th. The family crossed the border illegally when she was 4 years old. She now faces deportation and remains detained in Lubbock, Georgia. Her father is also being held there after being arrested last month.